Executive Director of Advancement for the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering at the University of Toronto. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the Engineering Alumni Network with the 2021 EAN Awards. For the second year in a row, we are celebrating the incredible accomplishments of our recipients virtually. And while I know we're all hoping to celebrate with each other in person next year, we're also very excited for the opportunity to once again share this very special evening with so many members of the school community around the world from the comfort of your own homes. We're thankful to you all for joining in this celebration tonight. Now, to introduce my co-host for tonight's festivities. For the past several years, she has served on our EAN board and as co-chair of the EAN Awards Committee, helping to recognize our most accomplished alumni each year. As a proud EngSci 89 grad, as well as having her master's in electrical engineering, Izzy is also an accomplished patent lawyer with Bearskin & Parr. Please welcome Izzy Calder.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you to your incredible team working behind the scenes for engineering tonight's celebration so beautifully. There are so many thoughtful details that have been put in place to make tonight truly special for our recipients and for our viewers. I know our audience is enjoying some of them right now. We have the balloons, we have the popcorn, and school spirits, but please make sure you save your glitter for later. Before we get started on tonight's awards presentations, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the EAN Leadership Team that has yet again been instrumental in making this virtual celebration possible tonight. In particular, I'd like to thank my wonderful EAN Awards co-chair, Professor Brenda McCabe, and EAN Board President Tahir Mahmood for their unwavering support in bringing tonight to fruition.
Thank you, Izzy, for joining me on stage this evening and for your volunteer efforts with our engineering alumni community. I also want to thank your firm, Bearskin & Parr, for your sponsorship of our experience packages being enjoyed by our guests at home this evening. A very special thank you as well to our silver sponsors of tonight's EAN Awards, Casey Smith and Laura Fugino. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Christopher Yip, the 14th Dean of the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering. Dean Yip is an alumnus of our faculty, former chair of the Institute of Biomedical Engineering, and was also the university's Associate Vice President International prior to taking on the challenge of leading U of T engineering. Chris is a huge advocate for experiential learning, where science, technology, creativity, economics, and design come together for a positive change to make the world a better place, all while keeping in mind the context of the societies we serve, both here at home and around the globe. With alumni and friends tuning in from all over the world this evening, we hope you'll take a brief moment to reflect on this global mindset and appreciate that no matter where you are, you're always part of the U of T engineering family. Please join me in a warm welcome for our intrepid Dean, Professor Chris Yip.
Thank you, Mark. I really want to thank everyone for taking their time to be here tonight. I'm going to start with a land acknowledgement. And so I wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. And to me, acknowledging this land means really recognizing the importance of reconciliation and thinking about past injustices. Speaking of this land acknowledgement also reminds me of the long history that precedes our place here as an engineering school and invites me to think about the generations that are certainly to follow. This really brings me to the purpose here tonight. It's really to recognize the amazing excellence of our dynamic school community. Every one of tonight's award winners really embodies the creativity, talent, and innovative spirit that we attract and nurture and initiate essentially in our graduates. And as Mark said earlier, preparing a new generation of global engineering leaders is really so much more important than ever. And the inspiring way our faculty has performed over the past couple of years really illustrates the way, the role we play as engineers in meeting even the most multifaceted challenges, the pandemic being not exactly a simple one. And I want to say, and everyone in the faculty, from faculty members to staff, students, alumni, industry partners, supporters have all risen to the challenge. We've drawn on our leadership and technology-enabled teaching to find new ways to deliver the quality education our students expect. I'm really glad that we're in person because it's so much better than trying to rely on online learning. We've provided our expertise to help the public and government officials really understand what's happened so far and what's coming next. We've undertaken amazing new research programs to develop solutions to the challenges raised by the pandemic across all sectors. And above all, we've kept going, really showcasing the resilience for which our faculty is so well known. And engineering education from UT is terrific preparation, I would say, for any career. And today's award winners really showcase the diverse, the amazing range of the paths our graduates follow. You're going to meet accomplished inventors, founders, executives, athletes, artists, musicians, community volunteers. It's just incredible. Fields range from aerospace to telecom to sports medicine. They've really demonstrated the ability to think analytically, systematically, and indeed globally to change lives around the world. And we're certainly going to hear about their achievements shortly. I also want to acknowledge so many of the valued members of our Engineering Alumni Network who are here with us tonight. The advantages of having a virtual event is that we can expand infinitely the size of our audience. We can bring folks from around the world, including our extended alumni network. And so pleased that we have so many people here from our past award winners as well. Pleased to welcome members of our School Society, including Gold, the graduates of the last decade, School Society members, our faculty benefit factors, including members of the university's King's College Heritage Society, who are plan giving members, members of so many of our advisory boards, the important role you play in helping guide our departments, our faculty, and our departmental awards committees, as well as the Engineering Alumni Network board executive. And of course, the EAN Awards Committee and the adjudicators who are all past award winners. I know how difficult it is to pick the awardees for this night. Together, we really are pushing and keeping U of T engineering at the leading edge of global innovation. And I think most importantly, enriching student life for everyone, for our undergraduates and our graduate students. As I talk to students, and I do this a lot, I hear about how the right experience at the right time, timing is everything, launched them down the path they are now following. This is what we provide in engineering, right? The opportunities, whether it's an internship through PUI, a trip abroad, eventually a trip abroad to work with a leading researcher at a peer institution, or an entrepreneurship project with the right mentor. This is all about providing that experience, an experience that depend on you and the vibrant global network we have of our alumni and the supporters you represent. So on behalf of the faculty, I really want to thank you for all that you've done to make us the highest ranked engineering school in Canada, among the finest in the world. We've moved up the rankings again this year, really tremendous recognition of our reputation and the impact that the faculty is having, including our alum. Remind you that if you want to hear about all that we're doing, please reach out, uoftengineeringconnect.ca, to find out all the stuff that's going. And of course, follow us on social media, literally every platform, whether you're on Facebook or still on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we've landed on TikTok. So we'll see how that goes. There's a couple of funny ones there about the dean showing you how to you check yourself. And a reminder that nominations for this year's Engineering Alumni Network Awards are opening starting tomorrow. So if you think of anyone who should be nominated, please don't hesitate to get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Again, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm literally looking forward to tonight's event. I'm going to turn it back to Tahir Mahmood, the president of the Engineering Alumni Network, to continue with tonight's program. Saf.
Thanks, Chris. And echoing what you said, thank you everyone for being here. My name is Tahir Mahmood. I'm a class of OT3 electrical engineering graduate, and I'm in my third year as the president of the Engineering Alumni Network. Serving as the president of the Engineering Alumni Network has given me both a sense of pride and urgency as we strive to build an even stronger school community. This is a community that respects and builds on the variety of backgrounds and experiences of the global network that we've built over the many years. On behalf of the Engineering Alumni Network Executive Board and the EAN Awards Committee, I want to thank all of you watching at home as guests of our award recipients and members of our alumni community. As members of the U of T engineering community, we all share the privilege of being part of one of Canada's top engineering schools and among the very best in the world. The innovative research and the practical impact from our faculty, helps address global challenges, produces entirely new technologies, and helps prepare the next generation of global engineering leaders, many of whom are on the call today. It's a pleasure to meet so many of our dedicated school community members and to spend time recognizing our exceptional alumni and the incredible impact that they're having on the profession and the community at large. I'd like to take a moment to thank all the amazing alumni volunteers who are watching this evening. They are members of the EAN board, the EAN awards adjudicators, our faculty, departmental and program advisory boards, our alumni mentors, our class ambassadors. Thank you all so much for your time, your energy, your passion, and your commitment to U of T Engineering. Before we start handing out the awards, I want to individually congratulate all of our award recipients. Our alumni are a source of tremendous pride and inspiration for faculty and our students. And these contributions, they can't be understated. Their impacts are overwhelming, both from a community standpoint and just on the profession at large. We have over 50,000 U of T Engineering alumni in over 130 countries around the world. It's amazing to think about how powerful and far-reaching this network is, especially during this time. I want to take this opportunity to challenge everyone joining us here tonight to think about new ways to build and strengthen this incredible community. One super easy way is to join the U of T Engineering Connect online community if you haven't already. And this is in addition to what Chris mentioned around Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, I guess. Connect is now home to nearly 12,000 members of our school community, and that number is growing every day. It just takes 20 seconds of your time to join using your LinkedIn profile and really does so much to bring us all a little bit closer together. It also gives us an opportunity to find meaningful ways to give back to students who are following in our footsteps. And these could be individual ways that you feel are beneficial both to the student body and yourself. You can join the alumni mentorship program. You can volunteer. You can find others to connect and engage. So thank you all for being here tonight. And I truly, truly hope next year we get to actually be in person. And I will turn it back to Izzy and Mark to continue with tonight's program.
Thank you, Saf. We begin tonight's program with a very special award, which is not presented to an alum, but rather by our alumni community to a future leader through the Engineering Alumni Network Student Scholarship Fund, in the form of an endowed scholarship which permanently supports student excellence into the future. With the support of members of the EAN board and the generosity of several current and previous EAN volunteers, this scholarship was formally established in 2017 to recognize a student who demonstrates a passion for engineering, creativity, and innovation, as exhibited by involvement in the school community through design-related extracurricular activities, co-curricular involvement, and entrepreneurial pursuits. And now it is with much excitement that I introduce the 2021 recipient of the EAN Scholarship, Chaitanya Chowdhury. Chaitanya is a fourth-year mechanical engineering student concurrently pursuing a business minor from the Rotman School of Management. He is passionate about the intersection of engineering and business and committed to increasing the global competitive footprint of Canada's growing tech sector through supporting domestic technical innovation and entrepreneurship. Currently in the final year of his undergraduate degree, Chaitanya serves as a teaching assistant in the Engineering Strategies and Practice course, a technical design course where he helps first-year students build foundational engineering competencies in design thinking, problem-solving, communication, and leadership. Following graduation, Chaitanya is excited to apply the knowledge he has gained as a student to engineering and business as he helps support innovation and entrepreneurship. Congratulations, Chaitanya, on this special award.
Thank you for your introduction, Mark. I'm truly honored to be receiving this award today. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude and thanks to the Engineering Alumni Network and to all who have made this day possible. I would specifically like to express my deepest gratitude to my peers, professors, family, and mentors. They have supported me and guided me to pursue my ambition for academics, community involvement, and leadership in engineering. It would be an understatement to say that they are from whom I have derived the courage and perseverance to challenge myself, grow, and create an impact to reach a stage where I can be here with all of you today. In light of this, I would also like to thank all of the distinguished alumni with us today. Please know that each of you and your commitment to continued impact serve as a testament for future graduates like myself to believe that we can indeed create an impact beyond the doors of our campus in more than one way. In saying so, I'm extremely honored to be receiving the EAN scholarship. and I'm grateful to the Engineering Alumni Network and the Awards Committee for choosing me for this award. This award means a great deal to me and affirms my continued belief in making an impact that matters in tackling the engineering challenges of the future.
Thank you, Chaitanya. We can't wait to see what you'll accomplish in the future. And as you know, success brings success, so let's continue by presenting our first Alumni Award of the evening. The L.E. Ted Jones Award of Distinction is presented annually to a graduating student in the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering who has achieved academic distinction while making a significant contribution to the arts at U of T. I also want to acknowledge our dear friend and alumnus Bill Jones, son of Professor Emeritus L.E. Ted Jones, who is in our audience this evening. This year's recipient is Dana Kokoska. Dana is a 2TO plus PEY electrical engineering graduate with a flair for the visual arts. During her time as a student, she contributed graphic design for the Frosh Handbook, High School, and Your Next Career Network, and as a photographer for events like Iron Ring and Godiva Week, and to the photo blog Humans of Skule. In her final year as an undergraduate student, Dana was the master animator for School Night and began her own small art business, Daydreamy Design. Before we invite Dana to accept her award, we'd like to introduce her to you all through this brief video.
My name is Dana, and I just graduated from electrical engineering at the University of Toronto, and I'm currently working at Honeywell Aerospace as an electrical engineer, specifically in electromagnetic compatibility testing. The most important thing was the courses that I took, just because it gave me the background I needed to kind of be in a place where I could, I guess, continue learning at my current job. And then the labs gave me hands-on experience. So like when I do go in person, I would be able to kind of see the lab equipment at Honeywell and hopefully be able to work with that in the future. The creativity aspect of the arts definitely helped me because like as an engineer you kind of need to think outside of the box sometimes, kind of try different things when you're trying to find a solution to the problem, and that's definitely helped me, I guess, solve like my problem sets in school, and then also I guess transitioned a little bit into the workplace where I'm trying to solve some problems at work as well. So yeah, I also am really, I guess, happy to make an impact with my art as well. Even though it's kind of like digitally and virtually online, I feel like I bring a little bit of a different perspective into my art just because I have an engineering background. So I did a piece that was actually related to remembering women who suffered violence when they were studying STEM fields, and it was like a white rose in like a glass container because that was kind of the symbol for the event. I guess bringing that perspective of engineering into the art that I create and making kind of more meaningful art that will kind of connect with people who are currently in engineering or who are like women in STEM, I think is really important, and I'm hoping to, I guess, pursue that a little bit more in the artwork that I create as well.
Everyone, your 2021 L.E. Jones Award recipient, Dana Kokoska.
Hi everyone, thank you so much. I'm so thankful to be receiving this award today. Of course, it would not have been possible without all of those people in the school community who helped and supported me. First of all, I'd like to thank Jinbo and Darsh, who are my photography buddies, and Kat, who was my co-lead for School Night. She was really amazing and helped me learn so much. I'd also like to thank my Frosh Week marketing team and YNCN graphics team for letting me mentor them, but also helping me to grow into a more confident leader. I'd like to thank Andrew and the rest of the EC alumni committee for helping me with my application for this award, and also to Sierra and the rest of the event organizers today for making this event so special. Overall, I'm really thankful for the time I got in school to develop my artistic hobbies, and I quickly realized that it's more than just studying. I was discovering new things I enjoyed every day and meeting people who had the same interests as me outside of engineering. I'm so thankful for all the people who encouraged me to pursue my artistic passions. And I really, really appreciate all the support I received from my family and my friends. I'm going to continue drawing and photography outside of school now while I begin my first professional career in engineering. And I'm really hoping that the arts community at school will continue to grow and that I'll be able to give back and help mentor those who are younger than me. Again, thank you so much for this award, and I'm extremely humbled to be receiving it today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Truly inspiring to see the intersection of digital innovation and the arts displayed throughout your many contributions to life at U of T. Our next presentation is for the 76 Early Career Award, which goes to an engineering graduate within 10 years after graduation who has achieved distinction in their work in the profession, the community, and the university. Andrew Ford received his undergraduate degree from Materials Science class of 1T1. Andrew is an award-winning engineer, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and violinist with a passion for applying technology to empower both people and organizations that drive humanity forward. He has been published in scientific journals and business literature and continues to contribute new research on quantitative innovation, decision-making under ambiguity, information sciences, and classification models. Andrew was also the recipient of the Mathematics of Information Technology and Complex Systems Fellowship Award presented by the Government of Canada in 2014. He has extended his past corporate and academic contributions to play an active role in the community with his philanthropic initiatives. As a participant in a variety of STEM-related programs, Andrew founded the Ford Polymath Award in 2014 through his foundation to put the spotlight on students who are often overlooked. This scholarship at the University of Toronto is for engineering students who excel outside of the classroom and contribute to their African and Caribbean communities. Andrew is currently working closely with the Department of Materials Science and Engineering to develop new strategic initiatives with a focus on applying materials-related thinking to non-traditional contexts. We invite you to meet Andrew through this short video.
My name is Andrew Ford. I am currently in the consulting business. I'm associate partner at IBM, and my educational background is I did my undergraduate here at U of T in material science engineering. I did my master's at Mac in sort of mechanical engineering, and then I came back to U of T to do my PhD in industrial engineering. Being a U of T engineering alumni is extremely important to me. And not only is it important to me, but again, it attaches me to sort of a fabric that's been woven for 100+ years. I feel as though at any time I can reach back to the U of T community and sort of not only contribute myself, but also I have a lot of benefit given back to me, right? At any time, if I need to connect with somebody, if I need to have a conversation, if there's ideas that I want to poke at, I can reach into this alumni network and sort of have those conversations, which is extremely important. When I came into engineering, I went to an arts high school. So 80% of my courses were all like music related. I was either going to go and pursue music and do music as a professional, or I was going to go into engineering, math, or science. Those were sort of the two areas that I had to make a decision on. Long story short, I decided to go into engineering. I think coming through the rigor of engineering has also sort of created opportunities for me to think about the violin outside of its sort of conceptual box, right? So it's a classical instrument, yes, but I don't think I would have explored a lot of the music forms that I have if I didn't come through engineering, because at least in engineering, you're provided with a set of tools, a set of sort of foundational knowledge, and then you're given an opportunity to expand on that. How do you apply it in new and interesting ways? How do you apply it to new problems? How do you use it to solve things that you might not have thought about before? And I think that sort of thinking applied back to music has just made me a more interesting musician, because now, same thing, I have a set of tools technically in playing an instrument, but now where can I apply it differently? What are different things that I can do with it in different environments, etc. So I think they've both sort of supported each other in this beautiful mix of focus, but also exploration. And the unity of those things, I think, has just made me a more awesome engineer and hopefully musician as well.
Everyone, your 2021 recipient of the 76 Early Career Award, Andrew Ford.
First, congratulations to all the recipients joining us here tonight. I think it's a great honor to be here and to be participating. I want to thank the EAN for recognizing me, first and foremost, for the education provided to me from the amazing faculty here at U of T's engineering program, and the alumni network that I'm very proud to be a part of. This recognition is extremely meaningful for me, but it's not entirely my own. I'm merely, I think, the tip of the iceberg, sort of a late last-minute molecule that's been added and arrived into the scene at the very last minute. I think most of the hard work and the real work has been done by my foremothers who have survived and thrived, my parents, two young adults who at 16 and 21 came to this country with nothing more than the audacity to dream, the tenacity to self-advocate, and the perseverance to achieve. And all of those things, I'm simply the accumulation of all those things. So when I hear that I've been recognized as a leader, that I've made significant contributions in my early career, I can't help but draw a line to my lineage, because for them, this is, I think, a very late career award. They've been working towards this for a very, very long time. So I say thank you again to my ancestors, to my beautiful parents, to my beautiful wife, my family, my mentors, Ron Davis and Michael Bryant, my professors, Glenn Hibbard, my friends, and everyone else along the way who have added to my luck. I love you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. I love to hear your message about connection to your music and to your family and to your fellow alumni. It's a message which probably resonates more today than ever before, but speaks to the mutual value of both sharing with and learning from your alumni colleagues. Thank you. The 2T5 Mid-Career Achievement Award recognizes an engineering graduate between 11 and 25 years from graduation who has achieved distinction in the profession, the community, and the university. This year, we're fortunate to be recognizing two outstanding recipients. Our first recipient is Tahir Mahmoud, a Mechanical 96 and Master of Science OTO graduate specializing in biomedical engineering. Tahir is CEO and co-founder of Applied Molecular Transport, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company developing targeted biological therapeutics for treating immunological, metabolic, and other diseases. He is also co-founder of Mindera Health, a skin genomics company. Tahir is also an inventor with more than 120 issued and pending patents. He holds a PhD in chemical and biomedical engineering from a collaborative program between the University of Twente, the Netherlands, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology at the Harvard-MIT Division of Health Sciences and Technology and Children's Hospital, Boston. We now invite you all to learn more about Tahir in his video.
I'm Tahir Mahmoud. I got my degree from U of T in mechanical engineering and my master's in biomedical engineering from U of T as well. I subsequently went on to get a PhD. I am currently the CEO and co-founder of Applied Molecular Transport, which is a biopharmaceutical company based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm also the co-founder of Mindera Health, which is a skin genomics and skin health company based in San Diego. The most important part of my undergrad education as it relates to my current professional career really has to do with the way of thinking and the ability to break down problems and complex challenges into more discrete components, and to be able to then address each of those individually, coming up with then a broader, more holistic solution to various problems in the life sciences and healthcare. Doctors Banting and Best at U of T back in the 1920s, when they discovered insulin, the first thing they did was to give it to the kids, the diabetic kids, as a syrup, and found out pretty quickly that it doesn't work that way, and they needed to actually inject it. So we've actually addressed that problem, and we've cracked that nut, we've solved that problem. And we have drugs in clinical trials that are being evaluated across multiple indications in a couple of dozen countries. I think it's a slightly unorthodox path, and one that has that I hope shows that there are different ways of doing things, and there's no one size fits all, and that there's some interesting things that can be done in one's career if one thinks a little bit outside the box and is creative about it.
Everyone, please welcome your 2T5 Mid-Career Award recipient, Tahir Mahmoud.
Thank you. Thanks very much for the very kind introduction. And thank you to the faculty and the Ean Awards Committee for this honor. I'm truly humbled. And just to clear the air, in case anyone was wondering, Saf Mahmood and I are not related. So rest assured, there was no nepotism involved here. It's great to meet some old and very good friends, make some new friends. To be honest, I was a bit surprised when I heard I was nominated because I thought the faculty had disowned me after I left mechanical engineering for the biological sciences. So it was a very nice surprise to have this recognition and to be reconnected with Skule. There are some very special people who can make an outsized impact on a person's life. And there is someone who did that for me, who took a chance on a 20-year-old Mechie undergrad with virtually no biology knowledge, took me under their wing and became my fourth year and master's thesis advisor. And I'm incredibly honored to say that he's with us here today. That's Professor Jed Davis from Biomaterials and Biomedical Engineering. Thank you, Jed, for your trust and mentorship. I know this would not have happened if you hadn't sat me down in your office and forced me to get out of my comfort zone. So thank you, everyone. It's a real pleasure to meet you all.
Thank you, Tahir. Your contributions to human health and wellness are remarkable, and your entrepreneurial spirit truly embodies our community's dedication to finding innovative solutions to big and complex problems. Our next Mid-Career Award recipient is Vivian C., an electrical engineering graduate from the class of OT3 and plus PEY. Vivian is an associate professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science and leads the Energy Efficient Multimedia Systems Research Group. Her group works on computing systems that enable energy-efficient machine learning, computer vision, and video compression and processing for a wide range of applications, including autonomous navigation, digital health, and the Internet of Things. Vivian is widely recognized for her leading work in these areas and has received several awards, including faculty awards from Google, Facebook, and Qualcomm, the Symposium on VLSI Circuits Best Student Paper Award, the IEEE Custom Integrated Circuits Conference Outstanding Invited Paper Award, and the IEEE Micro Top Picks Award. We're excited for you to meet Vivian in her video. You can watch it here.
My name is Vivian C. I received my electrical engineering degree from the University of Toronto, and I received a master's and PhD degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I am currently a professor at MIT. So my education at U of T gave me a strong set of fundamental skills that were sufficiently broad so I could work on a wide range of topics, from algorithms to hardware and for a wide range of applications. And it really prepared me for the various opportunities that arose, whether it be in academia or industry throughout my career. It also taught me how to learn independently, to think analytically in order to ask the right questions, and to break large, complex problems down into smaller, solvable pieces. And these skills have been invaluable in helping me formulate and tackle important research problems. What I'm also really proud of in my career is developing technologies that folks use every day. So for instance, it was really rewarding to see how important video compression was in helping us connect over this past year and a half. I'm really grateful for the many lifelong friendships amongst the U of T engineering alumni and faculty who have been a constant source of support and inspiration over the past 2 decades. Another benefit of academia is that, as I mentioned, you can mentor students all the way through. So the impact of your research or your time at academia is not just, let's say, a given product or your research, but also the people that you've mentored and how they might impact society in the future. And so it can be very rewarding in that way. It's really hard to predict, where life will take you, but you can only make the choices that, the best choice you can have given the information that you have at that moment. And usually what I try to lean towards in terms of making those decisions is you try and pick opportunities where you can learn a lot of new things and then work with people that you're really excited to work with, who are very supportive, who are who you can learn a lot from. And I think that that way, regardless of what happens, you already have won.
Everyone, please welcome your 2T5 Mid-Career Award recipient, Vivian C.
Hi, everyone. First, I would like to thank the EAN committee for this wonderful honor and for putting together such a lovely event. I want to take this opportunity to thank the many people who have supported and guided me throughout my career. First, I want to thank the University of Toronto and the engineering faculty for giving me a strong foundation upon which I could build my career. I want to especially thank Professor Eng and Professor Kunder, who continued their support of me and guidance for me even after I graduated. I would also very much like to thank my PhD advisor, Anantha Chandrakasan, for being an exceptional mentor and champion of mine throughout my entire career. His confidence in me gave me the courage to pursue a career that I had never imagined for myself. He has always been a valuable and reliable source of guidance and support, no matter how busy he was, and he's always able to take my call. I also want to thank my former colleagues at Texas Instruments for the opportunity to translate my PhD research into practice. In particular, I want to thank Madhukar Budagavi and Minhua Zhu, who taught me so much about video compression and how to survive and thrive in the Video Standards Committee. I want to thank my colleague, Joel Emmer, who has been a great collaborator of mine on many projects at MIT. I have enjoyed and learned so much during our deep technical discussions, as well as our gelato-fueled writing and portmanteau crafting sessions. Research as a faculty member would not be possible without wonderful students. I'd like to thank them for their hard work and dedication, and I'm so excited to see what they will be accomplishing next. I am grateful for my many lifelong friends that I've made during my time at University of Toronto, and I want to thank them for the wonderful memories during and after our time at school. I want to thank my friend Alice, who's always been there for me since grad school and helped me navigate various challenges during my career while also injecting a lot of fun into it for real. Finally, I want to thank my family for their unconditional love and support. In particular, I'd like to thank my mom for doing whatever she could to support my education, from driving me to Sydney lesson in the middle of her workday to carrying heavy posters to science fairs. I'd like to dedicate this award to her. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian. Great advice to current and future students to find something you enjoy and then focus on it until you've mastered it. And of course, work with people you admire to help you do that. I think that's wonderful. And a big thanks to your team for increasing the energy efficiency of our phones so that we can all keep watching Dean Yip's videos on Instagram and TikTok, apparently. Our next presentation is for the Malcolm F. Mcgrath Alumni Achievement Award. This award recognizes contributions of personal service to the faculty, university, or to the community. I also want to acknowledge Malcolm's family who are in our audience this evening. This year's Malcolm Mcgrath Alumni Achievement Award is Paul Mazewski, a graduate of electrical engineering, class of '83. Paul is currently an alumni member on the Faculty Council, where he plays an important role in revitalizing alumni representation while supporting good governance on a wide range of matters. He's also served on the Dean's Working Group to update the faculty's constitution, bylaws, and procedures. From 2016 to 2019, Paul served on the University of Toronto's Academic Board and has also served on the Academic Policy and Programs Committee. From 2012 to 2016, Paul was an alumni member of the College of Electors, standing as vice chair of the college and as vice chair of the nominating committee of alumni governors. Let's watch his video.
I'm Paul Mazewski. I'm a graduate of the Faculty of Engineering. I'm also a graduate of the Rotman School of Management with an MBA. I have a PMP in project management. And my current role is actually with Hydro One, dealing with reliability standards for the electric network in North America. The one thing that engineering does for you is set in motion and instill a way of thinking. You can tackle anything with an engineering mindset, whether it's technical engineering or if you want to pursue other vocations in life, medicine, anything at all. The ability to think like an engineer is absolutely valuable, critical to your success. Years ago, I worked with a fellow and we got to talking, and at that time he sat on the College of Electors. So we got to talking, I expressed an interest, and he introduced me to some people at the faculty, and they nominated me onto the College of Electors. The ability to contribute my time and my expertise, but also to do it in a way where I'm interacting with some of the smartest minds on the planet and some of the most ambitious and creative people is just a wonderful experience. I can't tell you how many times I've walked off of finished a committee meeting and I'm walking home and I'm on a high. I view the university as a very special and unique place. We should be looking at these as institutions to be cherished and evolved and protected and grown and cultivated, perfected, evolved along the way, all these things. It's just critically important for our survival as a species on this planet. So being an engineering, a U of T engineering alumni gives me actually a tremendous amount of pride. I'm very proud of the University of Toronto. I'm proud to tell everybody that that's the school that I went to. I'm very proud of the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering. It's a tough place to get into. It's a tough place to get through. And there's just a sense of pride to be part of that family. And I carry that pride every day of my life, and I will till my last breath.
You're a 2021 recipient of the Malcolm Mcgrath Alumni Achievement Award, Paul Mazewski.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Izzy. Dean Yip, distinguished faculty and alumni, Ean Award recipients, families, friends. I am both honored and humbled to be receiving this award. As mentioned, the Malcolm F. Mcgrath Award recognizes an alumni member's volunteer contributions to the faculty, the university, and the larger community. It's been my pleasure and my privilege to serve and continue to serve to this day. I've long considered the University of Toronto and this fine faculty of applied science and engineering, and in fact, all universities and schools of higher learning around the world, as society's unique living treasure. Together, these institutions are civilization's best hope for the future. And like all living treasures, they need to be nurtured and protected and invested in. One important investment is by way of alumni giving their valuable time back to the university, the faculty, and the larger community. This award is certainly an expression of appreciation for such contributions, but it's also a call to action to all current and future alumni for them to come forward, for them to make their own contributions to this great institution. I can tell you that giving back to the university and the faculty feels just great. But it's equally wonderful to feel that even in some small way, you're also contributing to the future for all of us. So with humbleness, thank you.
Congratulations, Paul. And thank you on behalf of all of us at U of T Engineering for that call to action and for your many contributions to Faculty Council and the College of Electors. Well, Izzy, we've made it this far. How are you doing?
I'm having a great time. I'm having a wonderful evening. It's amazing being here to witness all the talent that we have in the faculty, the energy and the passion of the alumni that we know so well and appreciate so much, and how they're working towards a better future. The stories that we're hearing today are powerful. I think they're affecting all of us, and it's just a vivid reminder of how special our school community truly is. One thing I wanted to just go back to is Safdar's comment about how we are over 50,000 strong, all through the world in over 130 countries. It's just amazing how powerful that network is and how at home we should feel with each other. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. We're seeing it here tonight, just, in our own homes and around the world, wherever that finds us, right?
Exactly.
Now, we're just a little past the halfway mark of our event tonight. Now, I can't be, I'm just a little jealous of our guests at home, right? They're all fancy from the waist up, but they're wearing their pajama pants on the, too, right?
And no trips on the TTC after the show. I invite everyone at home now to take a minute to stand up and stretch, pop your popcorn if you haven't already, get ready for the rest of the amazing award recipients that are coming up.
Now, see that you just said that. Pop your popcorn,
Pop your
and
popcorn.
that's the thing, right?
Yep.
The pajama pants come in handy. The jacket's a little bit tight this year. I think I popped too much popcorn over the last year. But anyways, definitely, folks at home, pop your popcorn, blow up your balloons, hold on to your glitter, and fix another school spirit while you're at it. Everybody ready? Okay. Now that you're all refreshed, settle back in. There are many more wonderful engineering stories to come. The Engineering Alumni Hall of Distinction helps us to highlight and honor outstanding graduates of our faculty who have contributed significantly to the engineering profession and to society. This year, we recognize 4 outstanding alumni for their broad range of accomplishments. They each define what is most exemplary in our profession. Each of their careers serves as a model to inspire future generations of engineering students. The new inductees truly are distinguished leaders and innovators in our profession. Our first inductee is Rami Rahim, a graduate of Electrical Engineering 94. Rami is Chief Executive Officer of Juniper Networks and a member of the company's board of directors, where he is now in his 3rd year leading this multi-billion-dollar company as one of the top-ranked CEOs in Canada. Rami is also an accomplished inventor, holding 17 U.S. patents in networking technologies, and is a member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. Let's watch Rami's video.
My name is Rami Rahim. I'm the CEO of Juniper Networks. We're a global provider of high-performance, highly automated networking solutions. We serve many of all of the service providers and cloud providers around the world, in addition to the top Fortune 10 companies around the world. We've played a key role in building and scaling the backbone of the internet. I joined the company almost 25 years ago. It's been a long and great, very rewarding journey. And from an education standpoint, I earned a bachelor's degree of science in electrical engineering from the University of Toronto in '94, and a master's of science degree in electrical engineering at Stanford University in '96. So I've been a techie all of my life, even now as a CEO, and I have earned 17 technology patents in networking along the way on my career. I believe that being a technical helps in being a leader in any high-tech company. So if you ask the question of, did my engineering degree benefit my career journey, even as I moved into the business side of things, the answer is an unequivocal yes. Having an engineering degree is a great way of being technical. And if you think about my responsibility today, it's rare that you have any big consequential decision to make as CEO where you don't benefit from having some technical chops, being able to ask the right questions and making the right calls for the direction and the strategy of the company. And additionally, I just say that, a big part of my job today is sales. You're selling vision to employees, you're selling shares to your investors, you're selling solutions to customers, you're selling a strategy to your board of directors, and having the ability to bridge between technology and business outcomes and to clearly articulate what that bridge is really helps you in selling all of the above.
Everyone, here's your 2021 Hall of Distinction inductee, Rami Rahim.
Thank you so much for the wonderful intro. U of T Engineering was truly a launchpad for my career, and I'm a proud engineer, a super proud school alumni. I value and lean on my engineering background even to this day as a CEO of a global tech company. And I certainly don't think I'd be where I am today if it were not for the engineering degree that I earned at the university. So, in a nutshell, this award means a lot to me. I'm super proud to be recognized among some really amazing award recipients this year. It's really quite humbling. I would like to thank the exceptional University of Toronto professors that I had. A special thanks to the EAN Awards Committee and the board. And I want to thank my family, my mom, who happens to be visiting from Toronto, who is for her unconditional love and support, my wife, who's been a rock by my side throughout my entire career, and also my kids who've made it super fun along the way. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Rami. So wonderful to learn about your technical achievements and your incredible rise as a leader in networking technology. We've all witnessed firsthand over the past 18 months how important this field is, how critical communication networks are for keeping us all connected no matter where we are. So we're all benefiting from your success, and thank you. Our next Hall of Distinction inductee is Ron Taylor, an electrical engineering graduate from the class of '61. By the age of 14, Ron was a hot prospect for a Major League Baseball in the United States. Most young athletes would happily trade a higher education for a chance to pitch in the big leagues. But Ron showed good judgment and determination when he accepted an offer from U of T. Ron would go on to enjoy an impressive career in professional baseball, during which he was a winning pitcher on 2 World Series championship teams over the course of 14 years. After his playing days were over, Ron returned to U of T to pursue a degree in medicine, where he would graduate in 1977. With a successful medical practice specializing in sports medicine and his baseball experience, he was soon recruited by the Toronto Blue Jays as team physician, a position he held until his retirement in 2014. In 1985, he was inducted into the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. We invite you to learn more about Ron through this short video.
Ron did his undergraduate degree in electrical engineering at the University of Toronto. There's a bit of time in between where he played some professional baseball, and then he jumped into medical school again at University of Toronto.
It meant the world. He was so proud to be an engineer. He just loved his engineering. He loved U of T. You know, it was the only place to be.
My dad was on the 1969 Miracle Mets, which was a pretty famous team. And so they actually asked my dad and some other players to go over to Vietnam as part of the USO tours, and having them spend some time with some of the wounded soldiers, lift their spirits, sit on the edge of the bed, tell some stories about baseball, just spend some time with them. That was the first kind of push of him really thinking about what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. And I think it was really help people, and medically seemed to be the obvious choice. And he talked to some of the physicians over there, and he felt their passion for caring for these individuals.
He was known to be a really good diagnostician in medicine, and so if someone came in with a problem, they would give a list of their ailments, and then Ron, you could just see him analyze everything, put it together, and come out with a diagnosis. And he always would say, that's the engineer in me. I'm bringing my engineering to medicine, and it really is helpful.
He was so passionate and talked so passionately about his degree in engineering and his experience at the University of Toronto in the program, and that he carried it with him everywhere he went. I know that this award would mean a great deal to him. So it's pretty special that it's in engineering.
He would be humbled and honored and just so thankful that he was remembered, and that people in engineering, which was so close to his heart, that they honored him this way.
We are delighted to welcome Drew Taylor, Ron's son, and Rona Taylor, his wife, to say a few words on behalf of Ron Taylor, who unfortunately was not able to join us for today's ceremony.
Thank you so much. And first of all, congratulations to all the other awardees tonight. And thank you to EAN for hosting an awesome event, despite all of the challenges of not being able to be there in person. This means a great deal to Dad. So thank you so much. He talked often about his passion for engineering, U of T, and ultimately how he carried that training with him into every aspect of his life, whether it was on the mound or at the hospital. He was an engineer at heart and applied those lessons he learned and excelled in other areas, bringing engineering to them. His example was pervasive, and ultimately I ended up joining University of Toronto doing my PhD in biomedical engineering. So thanks to his example and following in his footsteps, and maybe this guy too.
I want to say thank you. I know how humble and just touched that Ron would be. knowing that engineering has honored him this way, and thanks to Warden Teasdale to put his name forward and give him this distinction. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Drew and Rona. To enjoy not one, but two remarkable careers in a single lifetime in two of the most competitive fields imaginable is truly rare. It's such an inspiration to keep striving for excellence no matter which direction life may lead you. Our next inductee is Rod Tannison, a triple graduate from the faculty, having completed his undergraduate in engineering physics in 6TO and his master's and PhD degrees from the Institute for Aerospace Studies in 6T1 and 6T5. Rod became a full professor in University of Toronto Institute for Aerospace Studies in 1974, where he served as director from 1985 to 1995. He also served as chair of engineering science from 1982 to 1985. He was later appointed founding director of the University of Toronto's Government Research Infrastructure Program, GRIP, office, which played a critical role in securing over $400 million in grants and contracts awarded to premier researchers across U of T. He was a founding member of the International Space University, the ISU, headquarters in Strasbourg, France, and president of the Canadian Foundation for the ISU from its inception in 1987 to 2001. Rod has also served as a consultant to the federal government in the early creation of the Ministry of State for Science and Technology and as a member of the first Canadian Defence Science Advisory Board. He has been a board member of the Canadian Institute for Aerospace Research and the Federal Centre of Excellence Intelligent Structures for Innovative Systems, and served as a board member and interim director of the Ontario Provincial Centre of Excellence, the Institute for Space and Terrestrial Science. Let's roll Rod's video.
My name is Rod Tannison, PhD graduate from the University of Toronto, the Institute for Aerospace Studies, actually. I was a chair of engineering science. Then I became director of the Aerospace Institute. And then after 10 years there, Rob Pritchard asked me to come down and start up a whole division on government research infrastructure. It was a whole new Canada-wide program. To become an engineer is very special. Engineering physics, like engineering science, very intense on physics and math and some chemistry. So anyway, I took retirement, but I became a professor emeritus. And then I decided that it was time I started a company. I knew so much, and I found people that wanted to invest in some of my ideas. My ideas had shifted from aircraft structures to fiber optic sensor systems. There was a conference in Quebec City on water for Africa. So I had just finished my design, and I said, well, I'm going to submit this. They'll know I'm an aeronautical engineer and wonder what the heck this guy knows about pipelines. But anyway, I submitted it, and they accepted me to come down or come to Quebec. I gave the paper. Several of them came up to me with tears in their eyes. They said, we have been looking for a solution for decades. Your solution seems to be the only one that could work. So that gave me impetus to start a new career. I've always thought, with all the years of engineering that I put in doing research, that wouldn't it be wonderful if I could latch on to a program that had some major humanitarian benefit. And that's actually the kind of advice I give to young engineers. Don't jump to the small problems. Take some extra time and think of the bigger solution, because that's what really needs to be addressed.
Everyone, please welcome your 2021 Hall of Distinction inductee, Rod Tannison.
Hi there. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I wish to thank the EAN and the selection committee for granting me this award. It's particularly valuable to me because it's prestigious, but it also sort of certifies the contributions one has made over a career and the opportunities to move ahead on other projects. Now, one of the issues that I want to address is that I'm still active, of course, and working with my spouse, Daphne Labors, on the Trans-Africa water pipeline, which is what I was alluding to in that conference presentation. I'd also like to thank Dr. Derek Muggeridge, who spearheaded this application or proposal that allowed me to achieve this award. I think that with the support of Dr. Peter Hughes and Dr. Aftab Mufti, I'm just honored by the selection committee figuring out that my contributions warrant acceptance into this Hall of Distinction. I'd also like to thank Sierra, who we met earlier, for all the work that she has put in to organize this virtual presentation, to guide us through the issues relating to having videotapes and getting our guest lists approved. She's been a wonderful addition to this program. I think that the main message is that this is a career achievement award for me, and I'm very honored to be part of this distinctive group of people that preceded me and the current award winners. I thank the committee very much for this great honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Rod. It's amazing to hear about your work applying fiber optics and solar energy to the Trans-Africa pipeline and how you never have stopped innovating. I think that is so inspiring. Your continued contributions to engineering in the world really are an inspiration. And as you say, it's important to think of the bigger picture. I really thank you. Our final Hall of Distinction inductee this evening is Hungi Tran, who completed his PhD in chemical engineering and applied chemistry in '82. Hungi is Professor Emeritus in Chemical Engineering and Director of U of T's Pulp and Paper Center. He's established and directed 11 large industrial research consortia over the course of his career, focusing on energy and chemical recovery problems in kraft pulp mills. He has supervised more than 100 graduate students and postdoctoral fellows, authored more than 300 referee papers, book chapters, and books, and has 8 registered patents. Hungi's research is widely recognized throughout the pulp and paper industry in Canada and globally. He's been the recipient of the 2015 Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering Research Leader Award, the 2013 John S. Bates Gold Medal from Pulp and Paper Association of Canada, the 2017 Gunnar Nicholson Gold Medal from Technical Association of the Pulp and Paper Industry, and most recently, the 2020 Leadership Award from the American Forest and Paper Association. Hungi was inducted to the Paper Industry International Hall of Fame in 2017. Let's cue his video.
Hi, I'm Hungi Tran, Professor Emeritus with the Department of Chemical Engineering and Applied Chemistry, University of Toronto. I got my bachelor and master degree in ceramic engineering from the Shizuoka University in Japan in mid-1970, and my PhD degree in chemical engineering from the University of Toronto in 1982. My engineering education benefited me greatly in my career. It helped me look at things in an engineering way, which is based on logic and science. And it allowed me to solve industrial problems with engineering principles and find ways to explain a complex problem that the industry experienced in a simple and logical way. And this helped pulp engineers understand the root cause of their problem better so that they can come up with viable solutions to their problem. Oh, if I could go back in time and talk to myself or my younger self, what I would say? I would say life is difficult to predict. Things that might not look right at one moment may serve you very well at other time. So be patient and hang in there. Don't complain and keep trying. Your time shall come. Being a U of T engineering alum really mean a lot to me. I'm really proud of to be part of the club that has so many amazing and talented members.
Everyone, our fourth and final Hall of Distinction inductee this evening, Hungi Tran.
I would like to thank the award nomination and selection committee and the alumni office for this wonderful recognition. It would have been impossible for me to receive such an honor without the support of many people, a few of whom I would like to acknowledge tonight. First, my former supervisors and mentors, Professor David Bonham and Professor Douglas Reeve. They accepted me as their PhD student 43 years ago and gave me a research project that shaped my career and life, literally. The Department of Chemical Engineering and Applied Chemistry for accommodating me since day one. In particular, Professor Grant Allen and his unwavering support of my research as chair of the department, as a collaborator, and as a close colleague. Professor Mark Busman, the chair of MIE, for his support, collaboration, and friendship for nearly 2 decades. And Sue Mao, a senior research associate in our research group for 30 years. And many of our graduate students and researchers who did more of the hard work, so that brought me all the glories. But last but not least, I want to thank the friends and family, particularly my dear wife, Ivan, for 40 years, who has supported me unconditionally, as well as our daughter, Angela, her partner, Anthony, my son, Chris, and his wife, Karen, for their love and support. I'm so blessed to have such a loving and caring family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hungi. Next is this year's recipient of the Engineering Alumni Medal. First awarded in 1939, the medal is the highest honor awarded by the EAN. Izzy, now's the time for the glitter. High achievement is the common thread that links past recipients of this medal. In their diverse careers, these individuals have demonstrated superior accomplishments and have responded with flair and excellence to the challenges that they have faced. They are outstanding role models for our engineering students. The 2021 recipient of the EAN Alumni Medal is Susan Doniz, a graduate in Industrial Engineering class of 93. Susan is the Chief Information Officer and Senior Vice President of Information Technology and Data Analytics at the Boeing Company, where she leads all aspects of information technology, information security, data and analytics for the world's largest aerospace company. She has been a board member of multiple nonprofit organizations, including the Women's College Hospital Foundation, the Salvation Army, and Engineers Without Borders. She serves as an advisor to the Center for Digital Transformation at the University of California, Irvine, and is vice chair of the Digital Transformation Advisory Council of the International Air Transport Association. In 2011, she was named one of Canada's most powerful women by WXN. Now let's watch Susan's video.
My name is Susan Doniz, and I graduated in 1993 in Industrial Engineering at the University of Toronto. I am currently the Chief Information and Data Analytics Officer for Boeing. What that means is I'm responsible for all the in-house technology and all the analytics that goes into our IT and revenue making products. If you would have asked me when I started my career and when I was studying engineering whether I would be a Chief Information Officer, I would have never guessed that that's what I would have done. I actually was always looking for roles and jobs where I could meet interesting people, understand businesses from end to end, and work in an environment that continuously challenged me. So I went from roles that always allowed me to do that, but also being part of technology. You wouldn't be a good technology leader if you don't understand the business that you support and be able to change it. A degree in engineering taught me many things. It taught me to be curious, to be intellectually curious of how things work the way that they do, but also to be emotionally curious, to understand why things work the way they do. It also taught me about teamwork. It taught me about being able to do assignments together with my colleagues, and we were always better together than we were individually. It also taught me through the Iron Ring ceremony to be responsible. We have a huge responsibility as engineers as well. To whom much is given, much is expected. Being an engineering alumni at U of T means to me that we have a big responsibility. This is a university that has a huge reputation on the world stage. We also have a reputation to uphold in terms of our future generations and how we invest in the people who come after us.
Everyone, your 2021 recipient of the Engineering Alumni Medal, Susan Donnas.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with my family and my extended family and friends. Listening to today's winners' accomplishments and also past winners, I'm just deeply honored and humbled to be part of this group that has such flair and excellence. From CEOs to world-renowned researchers, entrepreneurs, athletes, and artists, you are all role models in oversight, insight, and in foresight. I often used to say when I worked at Procter & Gamble that it's not rocket science, but now I do get the chance to say it is rocket science. So I'm very proud to be able to work in the area that I did a lot of research in as well. I do believe, as I thought about and listened to all the presentations and the accomplishments of everybody today, that there is a common thread for us, where the University of Toronto and all of our teachers and classmates from elementary to university have prepared us so well. The common thread of cooperation, curiosity, and courage is what the University of Toronto Engineering stands for to me. I do want to thank the University of Toronto for always being and standing for excellence, and also never being complacent with their excellence. I want to thank the Engineering Alumni Association, not just for the award and for honoring us as winners, but actually for keeping the school spirit alive, not just in our community, but in our world as well. And I want to thank my parents, my husband, my children, and friends that I consider my extended family for being with me and helping me through everything always. And as the African proverb goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I'm so pleased to be able to go together with you all into the future. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Susan, for reminding us of the importance of gratitude and the great responsibility that we have to the people that are coming after us. Congratulations on receiving this very distinguished award.
Well, Izzy, we're in the home stretch here. This is my second year hosting this event, and I am just so inspired by all of the things that we've seen tonight and all the people that we've met. I just feel like I could go out and take on the world. Right?
Yes, I agree.
Well, before we wrap things up, I wanted to thank the EAN Awards Adjudication Committee, the EAN Executive Board, and of course, Izzy Calder for being a wonderful co-host tonight and for everything that you and the EAN Board do. Thank you to all of our alumni volunteers for their hard work and for helping build a strong engineering alumni community. This has been a truly wonderful celebration of our incredible alumni and their contributions to the profession and to the community. I'd also like to thank Dean Chris Yip for being here this evening and for his unwavering support. Now, I've got a couple service announcements before we wrap up. The nomination period for the 2022 awards is now open, so get your thinking caps on and come up with some great ideas to nominate for next year. We invite you to consider nominating a fellow engineering graduate for one of our awards. Emails will be going out to our engineering community on Monday with all that you need to know. Congratulations again to all of our highly deserving award recipients, and thank you to everyone out there at home for celebrating with us and for all that you do for our school community. I now invite everyone to continue the celebration at your virtual tables to congratulate this year's honorees. We look forward to celebrating with you there. Thank you, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next year. Bye for now.